She raised her son alone, through sacrifice, through pain, through endless prayers. But when death came knocking, his life changed forever. This is the story of Rahma and Idris, a story that will break your heart and inspire your soul. In a small, quiet house between rolling hills lived a woman named Rahma, graceful, kind, and unshakably strong. Life had tested her early. The man who had once promised forever vanished without a word, leaving her alone with an infant in her arms. Yet Rahma never cursed his name. She never let bitterness poison her soul. Instead, she turned her face to the heavens and prayed. Her home was simple but beautiful. To strangers, it was nothing remarkable, but to Idris, it was sacred ground. From the moment he could speak, there was one word that could calm his fears, soothe his tears, and fill his little heart with comfort. Mama. To the world, Rahma was just a teacher with worn shoes and gentle eyes. But to Idris, she was everything. Warmth in the cold, light in the dark, and mercy after mistakes. Every evening, as food simmered in her small pot, she recited the names of Allah in soft dhikr. The steam rose like incense, carrying her voice into every corner of the home. Idris, always nearby, would watch and listen as though even the walls themselves prayed with her. To Rahma, motherhood was not just duty, it was worship. One afternoon, after buying groceries, Rahma stopped at her childhood friend Zainab's shop. "Rahma!" Zainab smiled. "Perfect timing! This is the asoibi for Awa's child naming. 50,000 each. Send me yours by Monday so I can add mine." Rahma's smile faltered. "Zainab, I heard of it, but I'm not going. I don't have the money." "What do you mean?" Zainab frowned. "You know how close Awa is to us. Don't embarrass me by not coming." Rahma lowered her eyes. "My son must eat. If I spend 50,000 on asobi, we will go hungry this month. I cannot do that to Idris." Zainab studied her, then softened. "Fine, I'll cover yours this time. But promise me, you will forget all your worries for once and have fun at the ceremony." Rahma smiled faintly. "Thank you, Zainab. May Allah reward you." Then came the storm. Idris fell gravely ill. Doctors spoke of a rare, dangerous virus. His little body weakened, his bright eyes dimmed, his voice slipped away. Rahma became the shadow of herself. She ran from one clinic to another, prescriptions clutched in her hand. She spent her entire life's savings, the little she had put aside for old age, for emergencies. Yet, nothing changed. Night after night she sat at his bedside, reciting Quran verses, her lips trembling as she wiped the sweat from his burning forehead. His shallow breaths crushed her heart. One night, broken, Rahma collapsed onto her prayer mat. Her tears soaked the fabric as she whispered, "Ya Allah, you gave me this child as a gift. You know the joy he brings me. Throughout my life, I have worshipped you with complete sincerity, and I have associated no partner with you. If I speak truth, please heal him. Don't take him away. Don't leave me truly alone." She cried until her voice cracked. Finally, she lay down beside her bed, exhausted, clutching his hands, as though her grip alone could keep him alive. And then, a sound. "Mama." His lips cracked. "Water." Her eyes flew open. She leapt to his side, trembling as she lifted the cup to his lips. "Alhamdulillah," she whispered, sobbing with relief. "Ya Allah, you are indeed as-Sami, al-Mujib." Allah had answered. When Idris recovered, Zainab came to visit. She studied her friend carefully, then shook her head. "Rahma, you're still young, beautiful, educated. Don't you deserve someone to share your life with?"
Don't you want love, care, companionship? Rahma smiled faintly. I have my son. I have my peace. What else do I need? Zainab leaned closer. Is this because of him? That useless man. Don't tell me you're still hoping. Rahma's voice was sharp. God forbid. That door is shut forever. All I want is to raise my child. When he's grown, maybe then I'll think of love. Zainab sighed. I just don't want you to grow old, unhappy. Rahma's eyes glistened. Better to grow old in peace than live through another storm. One golden evening, Rahma called Idris as he bent over his homework. There's something I must tell you, she said softly. Your father, he didn't die. He left us when you were a baby. He chose another life. Idris froze. Did he not love me? Rahma's voice trembled. He never truly saw you. But I did. And I loved you enough for both of us. Tears filled his eyes. I promise you, Mama, I'll make you proud. You already do, she whispered, holding him close. But years turned, and the boy who once clung to her skirt began to drift. His laughter dulled, his honesty turned to lies. He came home late, his clothes smelling of alcohol and smoke. The neighbors gossiped. After all Rahma did, look at him. Useless child. If his father was here, he wouldn't dare. Now we see, men are important in a child's life. Rahma heard it all. Still she stayed silent. Still she prayed harder. One day, Auntie Fatima stopped Idris outside. Her voice was soft, but her eyes sharp. Your mother is aging, Idris. Not from years, but from the way on her heart. She gave you everything, even her youth. Is this how you repay her? Don't wait until it's too late. Her words pierced him like a blade, but he had already gone far with his gang. One night, Idris and his gang lounged behind an abandoned building, laughter thick with smoke. Suddenly, razoring sirens screamed. Gunshots split the night. Police stormed in after Farouk, their leader. Boys scattered. Some arrested, others shot. Idris escaped by a miracle, his legs carrying him home in terror. The next morning, his face pale, he entered the kitchen. The scent of ginger tea wrapped around him. Mama? His voice broke. Yes, my darling? She turned, concern etched in her face. His eyes filled with regret. I want to be better. I'm tired of this life. Forgive me, Mama. I'll make you proud again, I promise. Rahma dropped everything, held him close, and wept. Alhamdulillah, my son is back. For a time, Idris kept his word. He helped in the kitchen, studied, prayed, stayed closed to his mother. She smiled again, her heart lighter. But 6 months later, Rahma grew weak. It began with fatigue, then vomiting, then unbearable pain. The diagnosis shattered them both. Late-stage cancer. Idris begged doctors. He pleaded with Allah. He tried to believe her prayers would heal her again.
But one morning, just after Fajr, Rahma returned to her Maker. Prayer beads still in her hand, a peaceful smile resting on her lips. Idris found her. For a moment, the world stopped. Then his scream tore the silence of the house. Days blurred. Neighbors brought food. Zainab and Fatima sat with him. But nothing filled the hollow in his chest. One evening, he opened her Quran. A folded note slipped out. "If you find this, remember, Allah is nearby. When I am gone, find me in your prayers." Idris wept until dawn. Months later, a knock. His father. "I heard about your mother. I came to sympathize," the man said. "If you want, you can come live with me. I want to help." Idris stared at him, his jaw set. "What makes you think I want to live with you?" "If I were you," the man continued, "I'd forget grudges and take opportunity." Idris's voice calm. "I have Allah. He's sufficient for me." And he closed the door. Years passed. Idris graduated with honors, built a career in Abuja, moved into a furnished home. Yet, every night, he sat alone. "Mama, I did it. But why does it still feel empty?" One Friday, after Maghrib, he sat with the Imam. "I promised her I'd make her proud, but she died before I could. I'm not at peace. What should I do?" The Imam smiled. "You still can. In Islam, a righteous child continues to serve their parents after death." "But how?" Idris asked, his voice brimming with excitement. "Pray for her, give in her name, or better still, build something that will benefit others, things like mosque, wells, etc." That night, Idris opened his notebook. His pen shook as he wrote 2 words: Masjid Rahma. With his savings and Allah's help, he built wells in villages, donated Qurans, and finally, a mosque. On opening day, the plaque gleamed. Masjid Rahma, built in memory of a mother's love. Idris stood before it, tears streaming. "I kept my promise, Mama. Not the way I planned, but I did, with Allah's help." As the adhan rose from the minaret, a soft breeze brushed his face. It felt like an embrace. Somewhere in the unseen, Rahma smiled. This story reminds us of a truth we often forget. A mother's love is sacrifice, prayer, worship. Cherish your parents while they live. Honor them when they're gone. And remember, life itself is fragile. Tomorrow is not promised. Take care of yourself. Enjoy your blessings and live with balance. Because death does not knock. It arrives. And the best way to prepare is to live fully, love deeply, and leave behind a legacy of goodness.